Myself Meenal Pawar. Today we are going to learn subject physics 8 number topic electrostatics. Last section we had learned already that magnetic field due to the electric current. Today we are going to learn new chapter, the electrostatics. First of all we will see the introduction of electrostatics. In 11th standard we already learned the electrostatics topic. Now in this 12th standard we also learned the electrostatics topics. Now first of all we will see what is meant by electrostatics. The electrostatics means electrostatics is that it deals with the study of electric charges, the static electric charges, that is static electric charges at a rest position. At a rest means electrostatics. Now there is electric charges at the rest position. That charges, there will be positive charges or there is negative charges. That we already this learnt 11th standard. There will be positive charges or negative charges. That all of you know that when there are two charges, there is positive charges. There will be repulsion. If two charges, the negative charges, there also will be repulsion. But one charges is positive charges and other charges is there is negative charges, there will be attraction. These two charges, there will be both charges are same charges, there will be repulsion. If there is negative charges, there will be repulsion. If positive negative charges, there will be attraction. The last year we already this have studied. Now in this chapter also last year we also studied that Gauss law also. That Gauss law also we already studied in 11th standard. This Gauss law. Now this Gauss law we have to study the relation between electric field and electric charge. That in 11th standard we had already learned the relationship between electric field and electric charges in Gauss laws. Now these Gauss laws, the statement of Gauss laws, these also we have seen in 11th standard. The flux of the net electric field, through a closed surface is equal to the total charge is enclosed through closed surface is divided by epsilon naught. That epsilon naught is permittivity of medium. Now this is the statement of Gauss law. We already learned in 11th standard. Now by using this Gauss law we can find the electric field for distribution of charges. Then we also find the electric field intensity also. By using this Gauss law we can find the electric field for the charge distribution and we can also find the electric field intensity. This is the statement of the Gauss law. Now see here, last year we already learned, but just we have to revise here. The flux of the net electric field through the closed surface is equal to total charge enclosed through closed surface is divided by epsilon naught. Now here mathematically we can write that phi is equal to q epsilon naught is equal to line integration of E ds. The line integration of vector E vector ds. This mathematically we can write phi is equal to q upon epsilon naught is equal to the line integration of E dot ds. This all notation that I will tell you that afterwards when that point will be there. Now see, phi means the total flux. Phi means the flux through the closed surface area. The total flux through the closed surface area. The phi is the total flux. The total electric flux. Phi is the total electric flux. Now, the last year we already have seen there are different terms also. That terms is here, we have to use here now. First one is surface charge density. Surface charge density. Second one is linear charge density. Linear charge density. And third one is the volume charge density. These three terms we already learned in 11th standard. Now surface charge density is sigma is equal to charge upon area. The linear charge density is so charge upon length. Volume charge density is charge upon volume. This we already learned. Now these terms also we have to use in this electrostatic chapter. Now in 12th standard we also use this surface charge density, linear charge density, volume charge density. That all of you know this definition of all these three densities. Now in this year that main article of now we are going to study in 12th standard the applications of Gauss law. Applications of Gauss law. Applications of Gauss law. Now, once again, see the statement of Gauss law. The flux of the net electric field through a closed surface is equal to total charge enclosed by surface is divided by epsilon naught. That is the statement of Gauss law. Now, in this year, in 12th standard, we are going to learn applications of Gauss law. Now, there are different applications. Now, first applications of Gauss law is by using the Gauss law, we can find electric field and electric field intensity also. Now, first application is electric field intensity. Electric field intensity due to uniformly charged spherical shell or hollow sphere. In board exam there will be like this question, there will be obtain an expression for electric field intensity due to uniformly charged spherical shell or sphere. There will be 3 marks question there will be. Now see here, this diagram here, sphere, it is concentric sphere here, P point, E is given here. The small r is here. ds is the small surface area. Now there is concentric sphere. This is Gaussian sphere. Now here, consider the sphere of r be the radius of the sphere. The capital R be the radius of the sphere. Here drawn a sphere, that is inside the sphere. R be the radius of the sphere. That sigma be the surface charge density of the sphere. Sigma be the surface charge density of the sphere which placed in dielectric medium. Sigma be the surface charge density of the sphere which placed in the dielectric medium. That dielectric medium, the dielectric constant we need to determine later, K, that epsilon is equal to epsilon naught K. Epsilon means the permittivity of medium. Now R is the radius of the charged sphere which have the surface charge density. Sigma be the surface charge density. Then epsilon is equal to epsilon naught K. K is the dielectric constant. That sigma means surface charge density. Now what is the surface charge density? That we already know this definition of surface charge density. Surface charge density formula also we have seen in 11th standard. Now surface charge density, sigma is equal to charge upon area. Surface charge density, charge upon area. Therefore charge upon area. Now here is sphere, so area's value is pi r square. Now here is area's value, we can write here pi r square here. That sigma is equal to pi. Now r is the radius of the sphere, so here we can write capital R. That sigma is q is upon 4 pi r square. 4 pi r square. Now here q is equal to surface charge density means charge upon area is equal to q upon, here is sphere, so that area of the sphere is 4 pi r square. Now q is equal to sigma into 4 pi r square. Sigma is equal to q is equal to sigma into 4 pi r square. Q is the charge around the sphere. Q is the charge around the sphere here. Now we have to find the electric field intensity at a point P. Now this point P, we have to calculate the electric field intensity. Now motto of this equation, there is application of, we have to find here application of Gauss law. Now we are going to study the application of Gauss law. Then we have to find here electric field intensity at a point P. Then we have to find the electric field intensity at a point P, that distance r, here r is the radius of the sphere, here is inside the sphere. Now we have to draw here the Gaussian sphere. The imaginary circle drawn around this sphere, that sphere is known as Gaussian sphere. This is imaginary circle we drawn around this sphere, that is Gaussian surface. Small r is the radius of the sphere from the center. O be the center of the sphere. Small r is the radius of the Gaussian sphere which is drawn here from the center of this sphere. Small r is. Now here is P be the point. P be the point. We have to find the electric intensity at a point P. There ds is the small surface area. ds is the small surface area. Due to this symmetry, there is concentric sphere here. That concentric sphere means this sphere also, and there is due to symmetry means like this there is. All where is due to this symmetry, there is concentric sphere is drawn here, and Gaussian sphere is drawn around this center of the sphere, and ds is the small surface here. The concentric sphere means center is same here. Now Due to this symmetry, there is the magnitude of electric field is same on the Gaussian sphere. That magnitude of electric field. Now here, that means the magnitude of electric field is same all over on this Gaussian sphere. There is magnitude is same, and this electric field is directed in outward direction. Electric field is in outward direction here. That electric field is outward direction. Here, electric field is outward direction, and all over this magnitude of electric field is same on this Gaussian sphere. Now we have to find the electrical intensity. That point P is placed on the Gaussian sphere, and that Gaussian sphere is having the small surface area. ds is the small surface area that we have to find the electric field intensity at point P. Now that angle between the direction of electric field and the small surface area is equal to 0. That angle is 0. If there is E ds, vector ds is equal to E ds cos theta. There is angle between the direction of electric field and the small surface area is 0. So that vector E dot vector ds is equal to E ds cos 0. That cos 0 1. So we get vector E dot vector ds is equal to E ds. Now that we have to find the electrical intensity, there we have to use here, there is necessary to use the Gauss laws. Now what is the Gauss laws? The Gauss law statements we already known that phi is equal to Q upon epsilon naught. Phi means flux, electric flux is equal to Q upon epsilon naught is equal to the line integration of E vector E dot vector ds. This is the Gauss law. Now this Gauss law we have to use here to find the electrical intensity due to uniformly charged spherical shape. So here we get E ds is equal to E dot ds. Now there the flux through that is the flux. E ds means also there the flux through the small surface area. The flux through small surface area, is equal to E ds. This one is only flux. Now total flux. The total flux through small surface area is equal to phi is equal to line integration of vector E dot vector ds is equal to integration of we get instead of vector E dot ds, integration of vector E dot vector ds is equal to we can write E ds. Now therefore phi is equal to E common here, the integration of the line integration of ds, the phi is equal to E, the line integration of ds. The integration of ds is the integration we already learned in 11th standard. So just we know how to find this integration of any terms. That ds is equal to that we can write integration of ds is 4 pi r square. Now here we can write small r square because here is Gaussian sphere. P is present on the Gaussian sphere, so we can instead of capital R is the sphere of radius of the sphere. Now instead of capital R we can write small r square. Therefore E is equal to phi is equal to E 4 pi r square. This is equation 1. This is equation 2. Now both are equation of this total electric flux. Total flux through the small surface area phi is equal to E 4 pi r square. Here also, here is Gauss law, main Gauss law, phi is equal to Q upon epsilon naught. Now comparing these two equations, by comparing these two equations we can write here also phi, here also phi. So Q epsilon naught is equal to E 4 pi r square. Now in this application we have to find electric field intensity. Electric field intensity at a point P which present on Gaussian sphere. So E is equal to Q upon 4 pi epsilon r square. This is equation for electric field intensity which is present on the Gaussian sphere P. That electric field intensity at a point P which present on the Gaussian sphere. Now that electric field intensity is same that out of cell and due to the point charge also. Electric field intensity is same at a out of shell. Out of shell means that sphere. Out of this sphere also, and if there is point charge. If there is point charge also and out of shell, this electric field intensity is same here. Now there is two cases. Now remind this equation that are you get, see here E is equal to Q upon 4 pi epsilon r square. We get this equation. Now see here E is equal to Q upon 4 pi epsilon r square. The Q means charge. By using this formulas Q upon 4 pi r square, we get Q is equal to sigma into 4 pi r square. Now instead of Q we can write, by substitute the value of Q in equation here, that we get sigma into 4 pi r square upon 4 pi epsilon r square. Now 4 pi cancel, that we get sigma r square upon epsilon r square. Now E is equal to, we get sigma r square upon epsilon r square. That we get this equation. There are two cases here. Case number 1. Now see here, when this point present, that inside this point present on the surface of sphere. If this point is present on the surface of sphere, if there is this P point is present on the Gaussian sphere, that P point present on the surface of sphere, that this equation, the equation 3 becomes, now see here, equation 3 becomes this E is equal to, instead of here small r we can write, instead of small r we can write capital R. Sigma r square, instead of small r we can write capital R, because case number 1, when this P point present, that on sphere, if P is present on the sphere, instead of small r we can write capital R. That sigma r square epsilon r square, then r square cancel, we get sigma upon epsilon naught. This is case number 1. Once again here, this case is also that in exam also, ask in exam, see that when P point, P is present on the Gaussian sphere and electric field is in outward direction, when the P is present on the sphere, inside the sphere, that sphere, on the sphere here, that instead of small r we can write capital R. So we get equation sigma upon epsilon naught, where this P point present inside the sphere. Here there is positive sign is also given here. Now here is here is charge is present here, but inside the sphere there is no charge. Inside the sphere there is no charge, so electric field also 0. So inside the sphere, case number second, inside the sphere, when P point present inside the sphere. Now see here, outside the sphere there is positive charge, mean charge is present, but inside the sphere there is no charge, so E is equal to 0. Thank you very much.